Adam Rayner, the only man to be both a dwarf and a giant in the annals of medical history. There are tales that baffle, astonish, and leave us in sheer awe of the human body's mysteries. One such tale is that of Adam Rayner, a man who lived a life that was nothing short of extraordinary. His story is a paradox that defies our understanding of human growth, a tale that takes us from one extreme of the human height spectrum to the other. Adam Rayner had a normal childhood. Born in 1899 in Graz, Austria, Adam Rayner entered the world as an ordinary child born to average-sized parents. His early years were unremarkable, filled with the usual milestones that mark a child's growth. However, as the years passed, it became clear that Adam's growth was not following the usual trajectory. He was small, thin, and weak, and as his peers grew taller and stronger, Adam remained the same. By the time he was 18, he stood at a mere 4 feet 6.3 inches. Picture an 18-year-old man, on the cusp of adulthood, yet barely taller than an average 10-year-old boy. That was Adam's reality. His height, far below the average for his age, fit the clinical threshold for dwarfism. He was a young man living in a body that refused to grow, a body that set him apart from his peers and marked him as different. This difference was not without its consequences. As a young man, Adam sought to take his place in the world, find his purpose, and make his mark. He tried to enlist in the Austro-Hungarian army during World War I, a path taken by many young men of his age. But the army turned him away due to his height. The rejection was a harsh blow. The army had no place for a man who was shorter than the average 10-year-old boy. Adam's early years were marked by this rejection and disappointment. He was different, and that difference closed doors and limited his opportunities. Yet, little did he know that his life was about to take a dramatic turn, that he was on the cusp of a transformation that would defy medical understanding and challenge our notions of what is possible. The unexpected transformation of Adam Rayner. Adam's life took a dramatic turn when he reached 21, an age when most males have long since stopped growing. His feet, which had always been disproportionately large for his size, began to grow at an alarming rate. His shoe size doubled from a US 10 to a US 20 in just a few years. But it wasn't just his feet. Adam was growing, and he was growing fast. Over the next decade, he shot up from just under 4 feet 10 inches to a staggering 7.1 inch. What could cause such a dramatic growth spurt in adulthood? The answer lay in a condition known as acromegaly. This hormonal disorder, often caused by a benign tumor on the pituitary gland, leads to an overproduction of growth hormones. It was this condition that was responsible for Adam's sudden and extreme growth. The struggle and the surgery, a battle against the body. Adam's rapid and extreme growth, a result of acromegaly, had taken a toll on his body. His spine had begun to curve severely, and his facial features had become exaggerated. The man who had once been a dwarf was now a giant, standing at an astonishing 7 feet 1 inch. But his growth didn't stop there. Despite undergoing a risky surgery to remove the pituitary tumor causing his condition, Adam's body continued to grow. The surgery was a daunting prospect. The pituitary gland, located at the base of the brain, is not an easy organ to reach. The procedure carried significant risks, including the potential for severe blood loss, infection, and damage to surrounding brain tissue. Yet, the surgery was Adam's best hope for halting his excessive growth and alleviating his symptoms. The operation was a success in that the tumor was successfully removed. However, it did not bring about the relief Adam and his doctors had hoped for. His growth slowed, but it did not stop. His spine continued to curve more severely, and he continued to grow, albeit at a slower rate. The surgery also did not alleviate all of Adam's health issues. He lost all vision in his right eye, a devastating blow for a man who had already endured so much. He also lost hearing in his left ear, further isolating him from the world around him. He suffered from frequent, strong headaches, a common symptom of acromegaly. His spinal deformity became so pronounced that he was confined to bed, unable to stand or walk. The final years, a life of resilience as Adam's health deteriorated and his physical challenges mounted. Adam found himself confined to a care home. It was here, within the walls of this institution, that he would spend the remainder of his days. Despite his physical challenges, Adam was able to care for himself to a certain extent. His life was far from the ordinary due to his unique condition, but within the confines of the care home, he found a semblance of normalcy. He was surrounded by caregivers and medical professionals who provided the support he needed, and he had the company of other residents who, like him, were living out their twilight years in the care home. Yet, life was not without its difficulties. Adam had lost all vision in his right eye and hearing in his left ear. He suffered from frequent, strong headaches, a common symptom of acromegaly. His spinal deformity had become so pronounced that he was unable to stand or walk, confining him to his bed. Despite these challenges, Adam did not let his condition define him. He lived each day as it came, adapting to his circumstances with a resilience that was nothing short of remarkable. He may have been a medical anomaly, a man who had lived as both a dwarf and a giant, but he was also a man who had learned to live with his condition, to navigate the world in his own way. Adam Rayner passed away on March 4, 1950, at the age of 51. At the time of his death, he measured 7 feet 8 inches, indicating that he had continued to grow since his surgery. His life, marked by extraordinary physical changes and challenges, had come to an end. But his story, the story of the only man in recorded history to have been both a dwarf and a giant, would live on, a testament to the mysteries and marvels of the human body. Yet, Adam Rayner is not alone in his uniqueness. History is filled with tales of individuals who, like Adam, have defied the norms and expectations of the human body. One such individual is Frank Lentini, who was born with 3 legs, 4 feet, and 2 sets of genital organs. Lentini used his unique condition to his advantage, becoming a successful sideshow performer and using his platform to educate the public about physical differences. Here are a few more examples of individuals who can be considered as human marvels. 1. Robert Wadlow. Known as the Alton Giant, Robert Wadlow is the tallest person in recorded history, reaching a height of 8 feet 11 inches. Like Adam Rayner, Wadlow's extraordinary height was due to a pituitary anomaly. 2. Joseph Merrick, better known as the Elephant Man, Merrick suffered from severe deformities that were likely due to Proteus syndrome, a rare genetic condition. Despite his physical challenges, Merrick's intelligence and gentle nature inspired those who knew him. 3. Chong and Ng Bunker. These conjoined twins, born in Siam, now Thailand, are the origin of the term Siamese twins. They lived to adulthood, married sisters, and fathered a total of 21 children. 4. Julia Pastrana. Known as the Bearded Lady, Pastrana had a condition called hypertrichosis, which caused her to have thick hair on her face and body. She was also born with a double set of teeth. Despite the challenges she faced, Pastrana had a successful career as a performer. 5. Prince Randian. Born without arms or legs, Prince Randian was a popular performer in sideshows and circuses in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. He was known for his ability to roll cigarettes using only his lips. These individuals, like Adam Rayner, lived extraordinary lives that challenged societal norms and expectations. Their stories serve as reminders of the diversity and resilience of the human spirit. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss our new stories.